Hello everyone, and welcome back. I'm sure most of you can remember, if you've been around long enough, when I had the old ARGO up at the tent. And I don't know what it was, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I brought it back here because it needed to have some work done on it. It wasn't running quite right. And either turning to the right or turning to the left, one of them, I can't remember which, doesn't work real well. Drug it back here and parked it, and this is where it's been ever since. In the summertime, you can see the tires on the side that I mow over here, but otherwise it gets completely covered in this foliage here, and you can't even hardly see the six-wheeler. Zachary contacted me yesterday and he says, "Dad, do you think we could get the six-wheeler pulled out of here, get it up on the snowmobile trailer, and then he can haul it over to his place, put it in his garage, and he needs a project to do, and he could work on the six-wheeler and hopefully get it running again." I never seem to have the time to take on a project like this, and he is super good at doing that kind of stuff. He can take the motors that don't start, and I had a pressure washer that I couldn't get running, so I went and bought a new one, and he took the old one home, and I think he still has it. He got it fired up in just no time, cleaned the carburetor, and it was ready to go. So I'm definitely going to try to get this pulled out of here, and the problem is, I think I can get it pulled out of here, no problem. I'll just hook it up to my truck and pull it. But getting it up onto the snowmobile trailer, I'm not sure if I have to get a new battery for the ARGO so I can run the winch or what. I'm just not sure really how I'm going to do that. My dad has been back out in the workshop after about a month absence, and he's starting to build this table that he was talking about earlier. I actually think he'll probably be out here today. I just got back from the house yesterday, so I don't really know what's going on here, to be honest with you. So right now I'm going to try to track down, I have some logging chains somewhere around here. If my dad does stop by here to work in the workshop, I think he has a tow strap. Anyway, figure out something that I can use to pull this thing out. I got the chain hooked up. I put a ball on the hitch thing behind the six-wheeler, and I'm going to see if it'll, first I got to get it to budge out because it's froze in before I bother moving the bird feeder or anything else. Well, it seems to be in there pretty good. I don't want to rip that whole back latch to the hitch off of it. I'm going to try to pump the tires up some more. Most of them are pretty good on air. A couple of them are a little low, but that would break it loose from the dirt. But I had this thing in the bed of my truck, and it's frozen right now, so it won't pump air. So I took the top part of it off here, put it next to the stove so it can thaw out for a little bit. Then I'll hook it up and hopefully it'll pump some air. I'm going to back my truck up here and just hook up the one chain, so I'm kind of pulling up on it. None of those wheels will spin right now, so whatever I do I have to drag it, and so it's trying to drag it out of 3 ruts and it's frozen in there, so maybe if I can lift up a little bit on the back, that'll help. Since I'm out here, I think I'll start the 4-wheeler. It hasn't been started since, I suppose, right after deer hunting when it got brought back here. Let's see. About 11:30 in the morning right now. I'm running into town here. I want to stop at the thrift store, and from there I'm going to go to the China buffet and get some lunch. The prices now are getting ridiculous at those places. I was just in there. We're looking for a bigger cast iron fry pan or skillet, I guess it's. Anyway, they had them in there, $30 for one, never used, but you flip it over and it was made in China. I could get a Lodge one. I was looking at them yesterday for the same price at the store. And then they had the, that blue grill barbecue that I have. I had it with the 5th wheel. I have it up at the house. And I bought that new. I think it was either $19.99 or $29.99. They had them in there. $32. It's like, why even go to the thrift store if you're not going to get a deal? I know what I'm going to get when I go here. I love this place. I did what I always do, or not always, but most of the time in there. I go in there and I just get takeout, and then I'm on my way. Well, now I'm going to go inside and have some lunch. Obviously, that is not going to work. The winch on the four-wheeler didn't even budge the six-wheeler at all. It didn't back it up, I mean, at all. So the winch just maxed out on what it could pull. So that's not going to work. I don't... See, I could come in here with a forklift and lift this up and get the trailer, you know, partially underneath it, or if I strap this thing, I could just lift the whole thing up. I think that forklift will lift 6,000 pounds, 42 feet in the air. The problem is, to get the forklift started right now would probably take me a half a day this time of year. Hasn't been run in at least 3 months. The warmest it's going to be in the next 5 to 7 days, I think, is about 4 degrees above 0 Fahrenheit, which makes it even tougher. Today wasn't too bad, but I got to pull the battery. It's got some charge in it, but I'd have to pull the battery and bring it into the workshop and charge it. And that might be the only way I'm going to get this to work, you know, versus getting 8 guys over here to lift up on it or something, and that's not going to happen either. I'll drive down over here where I have the forklift. Okay, everyone. Well, I'm going to have to make this a part 1 because With that forklift, you know, a lot of times I'll park it over here in the garden for winter, and I didn't this year. It's too far down there to run electrical cords to plug in the block heater on that. So normally what I would do is put a tarp over the engine part, which is really easy to do the way those things are set up, and then I would run my kerosene heater underneath it. Well, I brought my kerosene heater last week up to the house and put it in the garage because I needed to heat it up to do some work on the garage door, and I did. And I was going to put it in my truck, and I thought, well, I have no reason to bring it back here. I'm going to be going back up there probably this weekend. So it's sitting up there in the garage. So I'll put the battery in that tomorrow, but if it's only going to get 4 degrees tomorrow, that thing's not going to start if it's not plugged in. That's a lot of oil to try to be turning in those cold temperatures. Well, one way or the other, I will get that 6x6 put up on that trailer. I'm not sure how yet, but I will. Probably be with the forklift. I just have to wait until I can get that thing started. I think when after I get it over to Zachary's and he's working on it, I'll talk to him and see if he can't post those videos on Joe and Zach Survival here. The Argo was definitely kind of a staple of the channel in the beginning, and now it's been out of commission for a few years. So I think that would be nice. I'm just like, for me, I post videos on Northern Seclusion as well as Joe and Zach Survival. Zachary and Samantha, they post videos on Exploring Life, their channel, but not a whole lot on Joe and Zach Survival. So I think with the Argo, it would be nice if some of those videos at least get put over on Joe and Zach, and then maybe he can do some of his live streams, which he likes to do also. He could maybe do some of those on Exploring Life. I'm not sure, but anyway, I'll talk to him so you guys can follow along with what's happening with it. I really hope he can get it running, and I'm sure that he probably can. He's really good at that, like I said. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. I will see you guys on the next video.